Since 2010, the UNC has been unable to make inroads at the local government level in the city of Port of Spain.
But even as a PNM stronghold, the capital city comes under immense scrutiny given its challenges of traffic, homelessness, poor roads and crime.
With just over a month to the local government elections, tonight we preview the battle for the city. It's a city built on the confluence of history.
Order up! We're drinking our water right here, right now. It's cold from Alaska.
A melting pot of people from every corner of the country.
Come and buy, only come and buy. Massive sale on food on here. Everything must go.
A place where every culture in Trinidad and Tobago comes together. A hustle for the hopeful, a struggle for the homeless. This is the story of Port of Spain. The towers that dot the western side of Port of Spain compared to the projects of the east tell a tale of a city with two sides to the same coin. But the real power of Port of Spain lies in its diversity. Just listen to Nobel laureate Derek Walcott.
Every culture, every continent of the world is represented in that one city. And not just as a sort of detritus of slavery or indenture, actively represented by the Hindu religion, by Muslim religion, by Chinese, Indian, Syrian, Lebanese, white, black. It's all there in a very small area of one of the capital places in the Caribbean. And therefore, Port of Spain is perhaps one of the most interesting cities in the world.
Downtown may be the beating heart of the city, but Port of Spain includes 12 districts of differing demographics, from St. Clair to St. James. This year, 5 political parties and an independent candidate are in the race. The UNC's Northern Port of Spain candidate, Darren Garner, says they will move to bring back community comfort patrols as an answer to escalating crime. Meanwhile, PNM's incumbent, Abina Hartley, told us her goal is to hold to account the chief accounting officer and the CEO to ensure that the various divisions understand their role and function in maintaining infrastructure and driving development. But the independent in the race, Vivian Johnson, running for Belmont South, says the disenchantment of voters could tilt this race.
The PNM, yes, they're strong, but I think at this point in time, on the ground, listening to the rumble of the masses, I think that there will be a lot of changes in this election.
However, political analyst Dr. Indira Rampasad says she doesn't see any major changes in the capital.
Port of Spain, no. I don't see a major upset. I see a low voter turnout in these areas where people are very disenchanted. I don't see the PNM having the capacity to pull out people given the high level of disenchantment throughout the country.
Yet, at the local government election level, the capital struggles to excite voters. In 2019, there were 37,770 eligible voters. Of that figure, only 9,214 people chose to exercise their right to vote. But the capital city remains a PNM stronghold. In the last 3 local government elections, the ruling party swept the city 12-0. Collectively, the city could be a struggle for residents and visitors alike.
A little drizzle, there's a challenge. A very little drizzle, there's a challenge.
Vendors tell me flooding doesn't only disrupt their day, but costs them valuable selling time. And street vending continues to be a battle between vendors and city officials, with no middle ground being found.
That they say you can't vend, and it would be a problem for people because people are to eat. If you stop vending, how do people and them go eat?
Crime is a major concern in the city as well. These young ladies are from Guyana and are studying at the University of the Southern Caribbean. They too contribute to the diversity of this city.
When we came, they told us do not go out on our own, especially that we have foreign students and the crime rates here in Trinidad is very high. So this can be an issue, especially for tourism, in terms of tourists and foreigners. Yeah, it's an issue.
And then, hidden in plain sight, homelessness. The government has committed to building an assessment center to house the homeless. The Prime Minister went further in a St. James meeting, saying his government will move to outlaw sleeping on the streets of the city thereafter. Norbert Cupid has been homeless for the last 10 months, and while he supports the idea, he says the homeless fears being abused in such shelters.
And it is so hurtful to see that Rowley Camland Church ain't putting nothing in place to provide for the homeless people, and then you want to run them away and advantage them in many ways and say there's mental case from Salvation Army, mental case from St. Anne's, mental case from the hospital.
It's an issue that has plagued many mayors, so I've come to the outgoing mayor, Joel Martinez. He says tackling that problem requires three arms working together.
But because we all operate in silos, everybody have a different opinion on things, and everything happen differently.
But it's not only the problem the mayor's office needs help facing. He says the secondary roads company has a list of streets that are in dire need of fixing, and it is up to the commissioner of police to enforce wrecking to clear the congestion. It's an expensive city to run. In the last 4 years, government has allocated an average of $230 million each year to the capital. And now people want to see progress on Port of Spain's long-standing problems.